Cheaper version of a diamond is a CZ. It's that cubic zirconium. I mean, it looks real. I mean, from the outside it looks real, but when you break it apart, it's a knockoff. It's not the real thing. A cheaper way of delivering your message is also in a CZ. The comfort zone, it's inauthentic, it's limited, and it ain't 100. All right, TSL Nation, let's rock this thing out. Happy Monday to you. Hope everybody had a great weekend. If this is your first time here, welcome to the Sales Life. It's not just about sales, man, because selling is a life skill, because we're all selling our way through life. If this is your 548th time here, then welcome back to another edition of the Sales Life. Every episode, man, we're going to try to hit on one or more of the 8 C's. And the 8 C's, the cores I call to effective selling, both personally and professionally in life, is communication. If you communicate better, then you're going to connect better. Then it's using creativity and curiosity, continuous learning. What else? Coachability, consistency, and also handling criticism. I got to write these down because sometimes I forget when I'm on the fly like this. So that's the 8 C's, man, of effective selling. So today's episode is going to hit on communication. It's going to hit on connection, continuous learning, and also handling criticism. That's the 4 of the 8 C's that we're going to hit on. So if you need one or more of those sections right there, then listen on, man. It's going to be a good episode for you. If none of those, the communication, connection, continuous learning, and handling criticism, man, I don't need that on today's episode, then I'm going to catch you back here tomorrow. Because 5 days a week, man, we're going to have that. On the weekends is the Sales Life on Sales, which I urge you to join the Facebook, the Sales Life Facebook group, which is going to be strictly sales, and Sales Life Junior, which are junior episodes, younger people, geared more toward younger people who are having to evolve and make senior decisions in their life. That comes out every Sunday. It's also on Spotify as well. Be sure, man, if at the end of this show, man, I know you got to hear something first, but if you find value in today's episode, be sure and share it with someone else. You power this show. So let's rock out today's episode 548, which is delivering the way that you speak, the way that you write, the way that you communicate. All in all, man, it's got to be done outside of your comfort zone, not inside your comfort zone. Because, see, if you do it inside your comfort zone, then we're handicapping one another. You tell me what I want to hear, I tell you what you want to hear, but we're not delivering what needs to be heard. And, really do we say we want to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it at 100 with you. But we don't. We keep it about 65. Because what we do is we pull up. We pull up on the way that we write. We pull up on our creatives, our personal communications. Dude, even the way that you sell, you ain't keeping it 100. You're keeping it about 65. And, I realized this, man, a couple of episodes, got to get the hustle juice today. I realized this a couple of episodes in to when I first started the Sales Life, like 2 episodes. I was becoming Mr. Fix-It. I was becoming, I was the same thing as what I was before, Mr. How-To. And I would tell everybody else how they should live. I would tell everybody else how they should sell, yet I wasn't living that. I was operating within my comfort zone. That was the easy part, man. I could say all the right things. I could put all the right emphasis on everything. But bro, inside, man, my life was crumbling. And dude, it wasn't until I bared my scars that I was able to free myself up. And I freed myself up, not only for myself, but it actually resonated and became more authentic once I talked about my bankruptcy, I talked about my divorce, I talked about my strained relationship with my kids, my demotion, my suicidal thoughts, my hopelessness, my fears. See, it wasn't until I talked about those things did they start resonating. with others. Because, see, when others heard that, they thought they were all alone. And they heard me talk about the bankruptcy, the divorce, the demotion, the times I want to take myself out, the times where I felt like I lost my children, the times I was hopeless, the times I really thought I was going under. When I talked about those things and people heard it, it resonated with them. Because they got a chance to say, me too. Because, see, if all you're talking about is perfection and how you have it all together, the people who are tuning into you don't have it all together. And sometimes, bro, they need to hear a message that's outside. It's difficult outside of their comfort zone, but outside of yours too. It's delivered outside of your comfort zone. It's heard outside of their comfort zone. And that's when we're most receptive. And that's when you're most authentic, is delivering outside of your comfort zone. Because, see, if you're speaking inside the comfort zone, you're speaking to people's minds. When you deliver it outside of your comfort zone, you're speaking to their hearts. And they say, okay, I'm not the only one. So, bro, if you want to write better, then you have to write from a point of vulnerability. The parts where it's scary to hit send and you're scared about what people are going to think. It's not about what they think. What's more important is what you say. Because you free yourself up. You unburden yourself. And you actually help people along the way too. If you want to speak, or whatever sort of creative that you want to do. If you're doing a podcast, then bro, I speak from experience, man. Make sure that you deliver it outside of your comfort zone. Because I know that you think that you're the only one. I know that you think that I better not say this part because it's just my little thing. But the thing that you're holding back is the thing that will turn your whole life around and will probably save someone else's life too. You have no idea that sometimes when you bear some of the scars that you've had and you keep it real, how somebody pivots and says, wait a minute, if that guy can make it, then I can too. So when you deliver, man, if it's a creative, make sure you just do it from a point of outside your comfort zone. If it scares you a little bit, you're in the zone. Every time I hit record on this video, I get scared. Every podcast I do, 548 episodes later, I get scared. Every customer I talk to, I'm fearful. But when you deliver it in such a way where you are fearful, it resonates better because you're vulnerable just like they are. So if you're doing a podcast, man, if you're doing any sort of creative, make sure people want to hear, man. They want to hear about your fears. They want to hear about your fails. They want to hear about your freakouts. They do. And so that's what I try to bring about is the times that I've royally screwed up, not only personally, but also professionally as well. At times I screw up with the sales life, man. Because you know what? Somebody else is out there doing a podcast too. And they need to know that of my frustrations because it's probably their frustrations too. Your personal conversations, man, need to be done outside your comfort zone. Because if you don't, what you're going to do is you're going to layer in more and more resentment, more and more frustration, and it's going to bottleneck. And what's going to happen is, dude, it's going to bleed on to other areas of your life. Even in selling, man, deliver outside your comfort zone. Because, see, when you speak outside of your comfort zone, The times that you want to pull back, I don't want to say that, but not say that to the customer. Not in a raw way, not in a wrong way, but sometimes in a raw way. Because when you deliver outside of your comfort zone and you say what needs to be said, in a professional way, of course, but you say what needs to be said, what happens is all of a sudden they wake up. Because most people are talking in comfort zone speech. So they're telling their customers, salespeople, people in general, they're all talking in comfort zone speech, but what happens is everybody's sleepwalking. But when you can be confident enough to deliver your selling outside of your comfort zone, it wakes your customers up. And it gets out of that back and forth comfort zone speech. It wakes them up and they realize, wait a minute, there's other ways of looking at this. There's other ways and other options that I need to actually consider. So when you feel that pressure today to back off, oh, I don't want to do that. The part that scares you, it's right outside your comfort zone, go. Because it's going to resonate better with your customers. It's also going to wake the situation up, shake the situation up, create more opportunities and options, and it's going to open your life up as well. So when you feel that pull to pull back, push forward, go forward. Because even if your customer doesn't buy now, at least they'll buy into another way of looking at things. A cheaper version of a diamond is a CZ. It's that cubic zirconium. I mean, it looks real. I mean, from the outside it looks real, but when you break it apart, it's a knockoff. It's not the real thing. A cheaper way of delivering your message is also in a CZ. A comfort zone. It's inauthentic. It's limited. And it ain't 100. Everything you want in life is with a delivery outside your comfort zone. Don't forget to share today's episode, man, if you find value in it. Also, subscribe to all of these videos. You can find them on YouTube. Also, just started on IGTV, The Real Sales Life is on IGTV, The Sales Life, Marsh, Buice. Be sure and subscribe to it on YouTube. That way you'll have, dude, I don't know, it's like 450 episodes or 400 episodes, videos that you can scroll through and find a video that resonates better with you. You can even see some of my Fat Boy videos on there also. Like 7 years ago, man, I was chubby cheeks. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have an amazing Monday. Rock out. Never settle. Keep selling your way through life no matter what. Stay in the sales life.